All right, so November 11th, it's in the 40s today and it's not looking good. The next 10 days, even lower than 40, so I decided, took the opportunity this evening to go ahead and put the quilt boxes on, remove all the feed, took all the whatever's left over in the top feeders and put it in the community feeder and just left it sitting there. So everything went well. I'm happy that I did it when it was in the 40s. I'm happy that I didn't do it yesterday when it was in the 70s. It went really, really well with some smoke underneath the lid, because you have to remove that inner cover and then put the quilt box on and then the inner cover on top of that with the lid, which you really don't even need the inner cover, I don't think, above the quilt box, but who wants to store all them? Just put them back on. They're not going to hurt anything. So went really, really well. I just want to say that there is no Hive Live fondant on any of these. I did think about putting it on the singles, but I decided against it, because if you've done what you're supposed to have done, they should be okay for a while. If you are concerned, by all means put it on there. Just follow the directions. Don't open it all up. It'll just melt everywhere and kill them. So I didn't put any on there. I'm happy with the weights, and I imagine those singles will probably need it, and there might be some other ones that need it, but that's going to be probably into the new year is my guess. I'm not going to just sit around and speculate or guess that it's going to be in the new year. There'll be some peeking in here. So I've gone over the quilt boxes the way I decided to run them this year, so that I can do quick inspections, not let the heat out, see what's going on, and intervene if I need to. So that's also why I have gone with 4 corners as far as the lids. You put something just in the center. Someone commented one time on my videos, because I was doing that I could warp my lids, and I believe that to be true, and just wasn't thinking. I did put a piece of board underneath my bricks to spread out the weight, but they're absolutely right. And with these quilt boxes, no box is perfect. No seal is perfect until they get up there and do their magic and glue them together, but they may not do that. That's why there's tape on here, and in the future there'll be tar paper, but they may not get up there and propolize that and get it all glued shut where you've now put that quilt box on. So I didn't see any crazy seams, but even though it's not visible doesn't mean it won't let in a draft. So the tape's on there for now. The tar paper will take care of it later. But back to the rocks. I used to do bungee cord, or I'm sorry, tie down straps, and it was a pain. You come up here in the winter and you just want to take a peek, and they're wrapped around the bottom, and you have to get them lined up again, and I just didn't like it. So I'm going with 4 corners rocks this year. It should be very heavy, and right now it should be helping seal those boxes, distributing the weight to all 4 corners. So yeah, pretty happy with it. Again, no winter feed on these at all yet. So we'll keep you updated on when I need to do that. Next up, probably before tar paper, but maybe after, is at least 4 rounds of oxalic acid spaced out every 5 days is what I'm shooting for. So it'll be 20 days of treatments, where I got to keep I'm giving them their treatment every 5 days. So we'll see. That's the plan. I like everything as far as the health of the colonies, and I'm not seeing anything that is of concern to me, other than you'd always like to see more weight. But I have to be pretty happy with what I got so far, and I got a plan in case they go through their resources. So it's nice to have a backup plan, and mine is that Hive Live fondant, because you can just slide them right in there. Minimal disruption, get it right on there, and they love it. They were eating that so well in late winter, early spring this year. It was crazy. So here we are. Everybody's got an upper entrance. There was some activity even at the upper entrance, just some investigation once I opened them up and got everything set up. So looking good. Definitely it's going to make me sleep a lot better tonight, because the forecast for the weather just wasn't good without having these quilt boxes on here. And I did have a December estimate December, January, early January die off, which is really concerning to me. I quite haven't figured it out, other because it was my biggest colony, and I think it had to do with moisture, to be honest with you. It was such a huge colony going into winter. I don't think they planned very well, that it built up so much humidity in there, or too much heat. I don't know. But I did have a die out that was early, and I'm just trying to learn from that experience, although I don't have a definite answer on what happened. Just seemed awfully wet, and it happened awfully quick. Happened right about where one is, and they just died off at a rapid pace, plugged up that bottom board entrance. They did have the top entrance, but I don't think they ever knew it was there because it was a double deep configuration, and they never ended up in the second deep, which was probably 60 pounds of honey easily. It was 10 frames full, and they never ended up there. So not sure exactly what happened with them. But anyways, that was last year. This year we're going to remain positive, and we'll see what happens. But thanks for watching. Appreciate it.